Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Jai Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram, Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram, Patita Pavana Sitaram, Patita Pavana Sitaram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga. Nittai Gauranga. Nittai Gauranga. Oh, Jai Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana. Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hare. Patita Pavana Gaura Hare. Oh Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare. Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hare. Patita Pavana Gaura Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Nittai Gaura Hari Bal, Hari Bal, Hari Bal, Hari Bal. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahansa Privajagacharya Ashtottara Satasri Srimad, His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki, ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki, Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Prabhupada Anuga Ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki, Nittai Gaur Premanande. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Daivim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nahishti. We're reading today from Srimad Bhagavatam, the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra, Canto 9, Chapter 11, Text 23. Purusho Ramacharitam Shravanair Upadharayan Andrishamsya Paro Rajan Karma Bandhair Vimuchyate. Canto 9, Chapter 11, Text 23. Purusho Ramacharitam Shravanair Upadharayan Andrishamsya Paro Rajan Karma Bandhair Vimuchyate. Purusho Ramacharitam Shravanair Upadharayan Andrisamsya Paro Rajan Karma Bandhair Vimuchyate. Purusho Ramacharitam Shravanair Upadharayan Andrisamsya Paro Rajan Karma Bandhair Vimuchyate. Purushaha, any person. Ramacharitam, the narration concerning the activities of the Supreme Personality of, the narration concerning the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra, Shravanaihi, by oral reception, Upadharayan, simply by this process of hearing, Andrishamsya, Paraha, becomes completely free from envy. Rajan, O King Parikshit, Karma Bandhai, by the bondage of fruitive activities. Vimuchyate, one becomes liberated. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. O King Parikshit, anyone who orally receives the narrations concerning the characteristics of Lord Ramachandra's pastimes will ultimately be freed from the disease of envy and thus be liberated from the bondage of fruitive activities. Please repeat, O King Parikshit, anyone who orally receives the narrations concerning the characteristics of Lord Ramachandra's pastimes will ultimately be freed from the disease of envy and thus be liberated from the bondage of fruitive activities. Purport, here in this material world, everyone is envious of someone else. Please hear carefully. Even in religious life, it is sometimes found that if one devotee has advanced in spiritual activities, other devotees are envious of him. Such envious devotees are not completely freed from the bondage of birth and death. As long as one is not completely free from the cause of birth and death, one cannot enter the Sanatana Dharma or the eternal pastimes of the Lord. One becomes envious because of being influenced by the designations of the body. But the liberated devotee has nothing to do with the body, and therefore he is completely on the transcendental platform. A devotee is never envious of anyone, even his enemy. Because a devotee knows that the Lord is his supreme protector, he thinks, what harm can the so-called enemy do? Thus a devotee is confident about his protection. The Lord says, Ye yata mam prapadyante tangstateva bhajamyaham. According to the proportion of one's surrender unto me, respond accordingly. A devotee must therefore be completely free from envy, especially of other devotees. To envy other devotees is a great offense, a Vaishnava aparadha. A devotee who constantly engages in hearing and chanting, Shravana Kirtana, is certainly freed from the disease of envy. Thus he becomes eligible to go back home, back to Godhead. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmayi Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitamatang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padhan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jayasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki. Today is the most auspicious day of Sri Ramachandra's appearance, and we are trying to recollect his very wonderful, beautiful pastimes. It is mentioned here in the Bhagavatam. Parikshit Maharaj is questioning, and Shukadeva Goswami, he's saying that many rishis and sages have spoken about Lord Ramachandra, so I am going to speak briefly. And he speaks briefly, but that briefly is quite a bit. Because Lord Ramachandra's pastimes are so huge, vast, and so wonderful, so nice to hear. Such an amazing story. Such an amazing story. I know there are many stories in this world. We all like to listen to stories. Katha, kathayantascha mam nityam, tushyanti, ramanti. You get satisfied and pleased hearing story. That original tendency of hearing a story is coming from Krishna, Krishna Katha. Because his stories are so appealing, so tasty to hear and think about. Especially Lord Ramachandra's pastimes. The Lord appeared to perform such beautiful pastimes so that people will remember him. Simply by hearing the story. So it is not that only Hindus hear Ramayana, you will be very surprised. Everybody likes to hear the story of Ramachandra. You go to Muslim countries, you see in many Muslim countries that Lord Ramachandra is glorified. If you go to Thailand, you will see in every nook and corner, every street, this thing, Lord Ramachandra's statue, his pastimes and everything. They have all these puppet shows, there's everything Lord Ramachandra. Because it's such a beautiful story. A story that contains love, adventure, heroism, courage, disobedience, demonic tendency. It's got all sorts of things that you require in a story. I think no story has got so many powerful emotional elements involved in it. All the emotional elements are there in it. So that's why it's very attractive to hear. When Krishna performs his pastimes, he evokes that feeling in his devotees. In fact, Krishna, it is mentioned, is coming here only for that purpose. He is not coming for any other reason. It is mentioned here in one of the verses I just read while you were reciting. Lord Ramachandra's reputation for having killed Ravana with showers of arrows at the request of the demigods and for having built a bridge over the ocean does not constitute the factual glory of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra, whose spiritual body is always engaged in various pastimes. Lord Ramachandra has no equal or superior, and therefore he had no need to take help from the monkeys to gain victory over Ravana. Does not need it. He is Supreme Lord. Still he came to kill Ravana. But actually that was not his purpose. His purpose was to perform these sweet pastimes and attract the minds of everybody. This way, people who don't know anything about God become interested in God. They slowly become attached. They like to hear the story and they keep hearing, and in this way they slowly fall in love with Lord Ramachandra. This is why he is coming to perform pastimes. So these pastimes have got a purpose. It's not only a story. Number one, it is real. It is fully real. And number two, if you hear it, you will enter that reality. You will enter that reality. That's why it's mentioned, by Narada Muni to Valmiki. As long as the hills and rivers are there in this earth, Lord Ramachandra's pastimes will be spoken and heard. As long as the hills and rivers are there in this earth, the pastimes of Lord Chandra will be heard and spoken. In fact, even Ramachandra heard his own pastimes. Lava and Kusha came and spoke the pastimes. And he did not know at that time they were their sons. But they were so beautifully singing the pastimes to music and to this thing, and everybody was rapt attention in the kingdom. Lord Ramachandra is also hearing. But it seemed Lord Ramachandra hearing, he became so thrilled that he got down and wanted to come closer and sit down. And he was trying to find his way. Nobody was even giving him way. They were hearing his pastimes. Nobody was conscious of Lord Ramachandra itself coming down amongst them to sit down. It is mentioned, people were completely rapt in ecstasy, hearing, absorbing. Why? Why? Because if you have envy, it is mentioned here, you cannot enjoy Ramachandra's pastime. It's very unfortunate that you cannot. In fact, it will never be spoken to you by the Lord's arrangement. That is instruction of Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. He is saying that don't speak this to envious people. Don't speak this to envious people. So, even envious people, when they hear, there is a chance that they will have some type of inclination. So therefore it is mentioned here in the verse that we read, O King Parikshit, anyone who orally receives the narrations concerning the characteristics of Lord Ramachandra's pastimes will ultimately be freed from the disease of envy and thus be liberated from the bondage of fruitive activities. So the cure for envy is to listen to the glories of the person whom you envy. The greatest reason for our envy is that we are envious of the Lord, which nobody likes to agree. I don't know the Lord at all here, how can I be envious of it? Is the answer we will give normally. But the more you come to know slowly in the company of devotees, the more you will fall in love with Krishna. If you hear Ramachandra in the company of non-devotees, you will become more envious. This is the difference. Because they'll speak about Ramachandra in a completely different way. And you have people speaking that, criticizing and speaking all sorts of things. So that is why it is important to hear, it is mentioned here, receives the oral narration concerning in the proper way. And Prabhupada is mentioning you should hear from the proper persons. So it is Valmiki who's hearing this. It's Valmiki who's asking the question, is there anybody with this type of super duper qualities? Who is that person who has got all these qualities? And it is mentioned that Narada Muni immediately went into a trance and he became very emotional thinking of Ramachandra and his great qualities. And then he narrated to Valmiki. So it's mentioned that Lord Ramachandra's qualities, all his characteristics are very attractive. He looks very good, very nice and very beautiful to the eyes. His talks are very sweet, it is mentioned in the Ramayana. And his attitude towards people, the way he talks, the way he respects, the way he helps, the way he is available, all that is very uniquely attractive to anybody and everybody. That's why the whole Praja went behind him when he was sent to the forest. They could not control him. How can we live without you? How can we live without you? Without seeing Rama every day, they cannot live. There was a Brahmana who will not eat
If Ramachandra has gone out of station, he would not eat. Ramachandra went nearby kingdom, this thing there, he will not eat. I had to see him every day. Then only I will eat. He was so devout a Brahmana that what will happen to him, because I have to go quite often here and there. So Ramachandra, it seems you gave him deities of Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman, which he got from Ikshvaku was worshipping. You know, Ramachandra is born in the Ikshvaku dynasty, the Surya Vamsha. And there it is mentioned in the Bhagavatam that this is the lineage of Ramachandra. Raghu Vamsha, Ramachandra we will sing normally. Raghunath, Raghu Vamsha. So his father was Dasharath. Dasharath's father was Aja. Aja was born from, who's it? What's the name? Aja, Dasharath. Dasharath was the son of Aja. And Aja was the son of the famous personality. Forget. Dirghabahu. Dirghabahu is coming from, like that he came in the Raghu Vamsha from Ikshvaku. In this way from Ikshvaku Vamsha he appeared as Ramachandra. Ramachandra was born specifically after King Dasharath performed all these amazing yajnas, and he was born. It's mentioned that Lord Ramachandra, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna are the Chaturvyuha expansions of the Lord. That is Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. They are born as Ramachandra, Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrughna. And all of them performed amazingly sweet pastimes along with Ramachandra. Each one of them very attractive in their relationship with Lord Ramachandra. So you will see in terms of relationships, Lord Ramachandra had many different types of relationships. He was the source of all relationships, sweetness, Rasaraj, the big reservoir of all rasas. So he had a very sweet relationship, of course, with Sita. Sringara Rasa, it is mentioned. He enjoyed with Sita, who was Lakshmi herself. Then he enjoyed a beautiful relationship with his brother Lakshmana. He could take it for granted that anything is told to Lakshmana, he will do it. And Lakshmana will protect and look after Sita and Rama. That was the direction given. His mother also told him, you just go and serve Ramachandra. Very nice. He's not bothered about, oh, you're going to the forest, what about me? His mother Sumitra told, very good, you go and serve him. His wife also said, go and serve him. I am not coming with you. I don't have to come with you, you serve him. So it is mentioned that Lakshmana served Ramachandra, and you know how? He never slept for all those 14 years. 24 hours he was awake. Security. Have you heard of any security company like that? 24-hour security, watching carefully Rama, as though the Lord requires security. But he was offering their security out of love and affection. He never slept. That was a special boon he asked. I want to keep fully awake and look after Ram, because it's a forest. And in the night there will be all sorts of wild animals and demons and rakshasas and whatnot coming to attack Ramachandra. So, and Sita is so tender and so, fragile. I have to protect them. This way he protected Lakshmana. And so nicely he protected. But at one point of time he was tested. His protection and his desire was sometimes going to the extreme and sometimes tested to the extreme. It's very interesting. When
Kara and Dushana. When Bharata came back from his parents' house and then he heard what all had happened and how everything happened in a jiffy. Just I went to my father's place and came back. He is already gone to the forest. When he hears about everything from his mother, he gets very angry with his mother and renounces his mother and said, "You are no more my mother." You will see the emotion of Bharata for Rama. You see the emotion of Lakshmana for Rama. All these are very amazing in relationships. He was willing to sacrifice his mother also. And his mother thought, I've done a great thing for my son. I'm going to give him the kingdom using my boons that I have. But little did she know that the connection her son has with Rama, she underestimated it. She thought the connection I have with my son and he has with me is greater than he will have with Rama. But Bharata came and said that I renounce you as my mother. You are no more my mother. And I am going to go to Ramachandra in the forest, tell him to come back and rule. The real Bharata. Nobody knew. Everybody thought this is the man and his wife and his mother together have taken away Ramachandra to the forest. These are all the instances. And Bharata, it seems, could not go to take bath also in the Sarayu because people said, this is a man, and threw stones at him. This is the man who took Ramachandra away from us. He wants to be king. And they were throwing stones. So he would come early in the morning at 2 o'clock to take his bath. He didn't do anything wrong. His mother did everything and he gets all the bad name. Bharata's life is amazing sacrifice. Full of misunderstanding. Everybody has got misunderstanding about him. He continues to serve Ramachandra because one thing he knows, Ramachandra knows. He knows. The whole kingdom is against him, but Ramachandra knows of my love for him. This way he survived and he became victorious in his devotional service. Everybody will be against you, but you must do your service to Krishna. It's accepted by Krishna because it is ordained by Krishna. Under the most difficult circumstances, you must render service because service is absolute. It is about your relationship with Krishna. So in this way we can learn from all these great personalities. Lakshmana was told by Ramachandra, look after Sita. She wants the deer. I will go behind the golden deer and get it. And that time Lakshmana said, you want Rama. I don't think it's a golden deer. There's nothing called a golden deer. This is a Rakshasa. It's very easy for us to understand and you also know. Don't go behind him. And he said, no, Sita wants. I must go and get the deer. Again, because Sita said, I want it. And she goes behind. And the deer, swiftly takes him inside, deep into the forest. Because Maricha, he is disguised as a deer. And his plan is to take Ramachandra away. So that Ravana can come and kidnap Sita. And Ravana at that time also thinks a very successful pakka plan Ravana had. And the plan worked. And what was the plan? To actually lift Lakshmi, Sita away. And it worked. That is why many people think, how did this plan work? While Ramachandra, the Supreme Lord, is there to lift away his consort. How did it work? Daivam Chaivatra Panchamam. The fifth factor in anything happening is the Lord's sanction. That means Lord must have sanctioned it. Isn't it? Correct? Yes, he did. Because he was performing his Leela. He was performing his Leela. And Lakshmana also knew this is part of the Leela of Ramachandra. So he went behind the deer. And the deer had also decided, Maricha has also decided, if I don't do what Ravana is telling me to do, I will die in his hands. So Maricha decided, better I die in Ramachandra's hands. I'll at least get some benefit. This is a very intelligent decision he made. Maricha, and he said, okay, I will follow your plan.
Because first he told Ravana, who told you this plan? It's a death plan. It's a plan for you to die. Whoever has told you this plan has a desire to kill you. Watch out. And Ravana said, listen to me, execute my plan or you'll die here. Right now. And so it seems Maricha decided, better I die from Ramachandra, not you. Very wise decision he made. And he became the deer, and exactly like was planned, he shouted, Oh Rama, oh Lakshmana, oh Lakshmana, save me. He just shouted all these names before, and he impersonated the sound very nicely. It sounded exactly like Ramachandra. Sita heard it. And she said, Lakshmana, you are hearing? Go. Protect him, Rama, and bring him. And Lakshmana just kept quiet. Because he has got order from Rama not to leave her and go. So he simply kept quiet. You know, Lakshmana, keeping quiet means not ordinary keeping quiet. Lakshmana has never seen the face and the body of Sita. These are amazing personalities. He has always only seen her Nupur and her lotus feet. Throughout the 14 years, he has not lifted his eyes and seen her face to face. First of all, he does not sleep. Then he has never seen her. Because he recognizes only her Nupur. He will recognize that. The lost jewels, he'll find out that this I have seen. I have not seen her. I don't know how she looks. But this I have seen. So when he's keeping track of her, how is he keeping track? He's not seeing her. So when she's saying, please go, he's actually looking down. Please go, I am telling you. Why don't you go and get him? I want to save my husband. He doesn't answer. Then when she asks several times, he says, my dear mother, don't worry about Ramachandra. He knows how to look after himself. Nothing will go wrong. This is a demon who is shouting to attract others and distract me from my service. So don't worry. Sita cannot take it. She'll say, I know what is your plan. That is why you're not going to save my husband. You're thinking of enjoying me. Let Ramachandra die and you will enjoy me. You think you'll get me? You rascal, you're thinking like this and not going to save my... What a heavy statement she made. I don't even look at you. I just look at your feet. This is my sankalpa inside. This is the way I am rendering service with great respect. And the other extreme you're telling, you're planning to enjoy me. I am not for you. I am only for Ramachandra. It's a very extreme statement. Very extreme statement. So much so that she will accuse him so badly that he had to leave. He had to break the vow and he had to leave to look for Ramachandra. And that was a big mistake he made, which Ravana was waiting for. All this engineered very well by Ravana and nicely sanctioned by Ramachandra for it to happen. It's very interesting. And Ramachandra is right there. How can Ravana come right there? But the interesting thing, this is why the story is so interesting. Before this happened itself, because Ravana will come and he will come so nicely because he's very talented. He's a Brahmana. You know how he's a Brahmana? That's another thing. How he is a Brahmana is another thing. How he was born. He was born from Kaikasi. Kaikasi is the daughter of another great demon called Shamila. Shamila, Rakshasa demon, he had one very amazing desire. My daughter should marry a Brahmana. He has one of those, special desires you have. No? My daughter should, because we are Nicha, Rakshasas and all that, but my daughter marry a Brahmana. Why? If my daughter marries a Brahmana, then the combination of this Rakshasa and Brahmana will get a fantastic children. He had his own plan, genetics and, how to bring good offspring for the Rakshasa race and all that. You know, in Kerala, you will speak about Muslims getting married to Brahmin girls and then making them Muslim and then getting children out of them. They have a whole plan of the population. So he had a plan like that, a Rakshasa type of a plan. So he told lies that she is Brahmin and got her married. Kaikasi married Vishravas, who's a Brahmana. And then they got 4 children. One is Shurpanaka, only daughter. Then Vibhishana, Kumbhakarna and Ravana. Ravana was a 10-headed, 20-handed, Dashagriva, born, meant to make people cry. That is why in one sense you can say he's a Brahmana, born from Vana. You see, and it is mentioned there that each one of them, they will also meditate and they will get boons. When he comes to know that you have cheated me, Vishravas will come to know that you cheated me, you are not really a Brahmanical lady. You are a Rakshasi. Then she will fall at her feet and this thing and all that and think what to do. My father only forced me to do this. It's not me. So he'll understand that they're not very, bad intention she has. It's just forced by her father. She'll say, okay, one of your sons will be a saint. In this way, Vibhishana become a saint. But although Ravana was supposed to be Brahmana, he was a complete Asurik, 100% Asura. So he had powers. He had done lot of tapasya and got lot of powers and boons. So when he appeared in front of Sita, you know that he carried Sita away. But nobody can touch Sita. She's Lakshmi. How is it Ravana touched Sita? So before this event was going to happen itself, Agni came to Ramachandra and told, this is going to happen. And as you know, nobody can touch Sita. So here is Maya Sita for you to keep, because you will go to the forest and she will be stolen by Ravana. Ravana can touch Maya Sita, because anyway, it is not really your wife. In this way, Sita was taken away even before Ravana took her away. Is already sent away to Agni. Agni preserved her very safely. And she came back only after Ravana was killed. So Ravana never saw Sita, the real Sita. He was dealing with the false Sita. This was the problem. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to South India in Andhra, there was a Brahmana who was reading the Ramayana feeling very worried. Sita has been taken away. Sita has been taken away. And I feel like going and helping Ramachandra. He was completely involved in the pastime. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to, on his invitation, eat in his house. And he was saying, I'm on fasting. Why? Because Sita has been taken away. How can I eat? I cannot eat. Lord Ramachandra is in search of Sita. How can I sit and eat when my Lord is suffering? I have to find Sita. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him the story. Don't worry, Ravana can never touch Sita. This is mentioned in the Varaha Purana and other places that Maya Sita only he touched. So Lord Chaitanya will tell him the story and send him that quote from the Purana. He became very happy and he broke his fast. Then he said, you must be that Ramachandra. Otherwise, how do you know this? How do you know this? Very nice, sweet pastime. So, Sita cannot be touched by anybody. But the problem here is that Lakshmana is put into such a fix that he was forced to go and disobey Ramachandra's orders over and above. He never does that. But Mother Sita is mentioned like these things, no? Actually, with tears in his eyes filled, they just left. That's why it's full of emotions. This Ramayana is full of all sorts of, difficult situations that people get in this world with. And they're fighting for dharma, want to maintain dharma, and struggling to do it. So he breaks the order and he goes By the time Ramachandra is coming back and he said, why did you leave Sita and come? I told you not to leave. It chastises Lakshmana. But then he says, what to do? This is what she said to me. He didn't reveal everything. He just tolerated and kept quiet. He didn't say, your wife said this to me like this. No, he didn't say all that. He said, she forced me to go, so I had to go. He didn't reveal all those things. He just tolerated it. And Ramachandra became very disappointed. Then you will see the separation of Ramachandra. He was, oh Sita, where is she? And the Bhagavatam mentions, Lord Ramachandra did this Leela specifically to show people that if one is too attached to a woman, what will happen to him? If you are very attached to your wife, this is what is a misery you have to go through. So Prabhupada mentions here, two types of things are happening. One is material and one is spiritual. The material thing is the warning that we should not become too attached. And the spiritual thing is there is a great, amazing Vipralamba Bhava being enjoyed here. Stri Sanginam Gatim Iti Prarthayam Chachara. When Ramachandra entered the forest and Lakshmana was also absent, the worst of the Rakshasas, Ravana, kidnapped Sita Devi and daughter of the king of Videha, just as a tiger seizes unprotected sheep when the shepherd is absent. Then Lord Ramachandra wandered in the forest with his brother Lakshmana as if very much distressed due to separation from his wife. Thus he showed by his personal example the condition of a person attached to woman. He told her, don't be attached. He came to show us that. So Lakshmana, coming back to Lakshmana's behavior, Lakshmana was forced to go and then he suffered and he was consoling Ramachandra, don't worry, we'll find Sita. Don't worry. Why are you, pining and whining and crying like this? Doesn't become of you. You are the great Ramachandra, the son of Dasharatha. I never seen you like this, crying and pining for your wife. Of course we'll find out. Who is that person who can be free after stealing your wife? He's finished. And your arrows and your fighting, why are you worried? You will find him. He consoled Ramachandra a lot, repeatedly. So Lakshmana was in this situation. He was forced to do this, and it came to be that because you left Sita, she got stolen. And that is the way it was, Ramachandra told. But Lakshmana had his own reasons for it. So many times in life we also have these Lakshmana moments. People don't understand. Under what situation, circumstances I was forced to become a derelict of my duty. I gave up my duty because of force. It's not because I don't want to do my duty. Sometimes we are in such situations. I want to do my seva, but I'm not able to. I'm not able to. I want to. I'm not able to. Because Krishna will definitely test you like this. Will test you like this. This same Lakshmana, very eager to do seva, when Bharata came with his entire entourage, with his flag flying, he said, go get Ramachandra to come back and rule. Who is this? Why did he do this? Why did you allow him to do this? He is the right person to rule. He is king by nature. He should rule and I will serve him only. I will not rule. So he came with his entire group of people. And in the forest, they were very peacefully in Panchavati, I think this happened. And they were very safe, happy. Sita was having a very nice time. Ramachandra was having a very good time in the forest with her. And Lakshmana was there to protect. So they were very happy. And then one fine day they see a big ruckus in the forest somewhere there, huge dust and all the animals scattering and screaming and running. And then Ramachandra is with Sita. He tells Lakshmana, can you climb the tree and find out who is coming? What is happening? He already knows. Ramachandra knows who is coming. So he just tells Lakshmana, and Lakshmana immediately climbs the tree. From there he sees Bharata's chariot. You can see the banyan tree on the chariot, his signia. And he immediately thinks, the rascal Bharat is coming with an army. And he knows we are not armed, nothing. He wants to kill Ramachandra here so that he will not, even if he returns from the forest, there's no chance of him giving the kingdom. He can rule eternally. After getting the kingdom by this means, through his mother, he wants to come here and finish Ramachandra forest. Just see what I will do to him. I alone will do this to him. He started coming down and he started telling Ramachandra, it is Bharata who is coming. He is coming with that desire to do this. I will finish him. You go inside. Talk so many things about Bharata. Ramachandra very coolly told, if you want the kingdom, you can tell me. I can keep Bharata here with me and give you the king. You can go to the Ayodhya and take the kingdom. He said, what? Don't talk like that about Bharata. He is coming to ask me to go back and rule the kingdom. I know Bharata. I know his heart. He doesn't want to rule. He's coming for this. But if you want the kingdom, due to which reason you are saying these things about Bharata, I can arrange it for you. Bharata can substitute you. You can go and rule if you want. What a solid answer he gave to Lakshmana. Completely lost. Another extreme. This is another extreme. Another extreme was he hears from Sita, something heavy. Then he hears from Rama like this. Heavy. Nobody will remain alive. They'll actually commit suicide and disappear somewhere. Both Sita and Rama gave him this treatment. Still he continued in his service. I know no one but Ramachandra. The determination to continue to do the seva, in spite of misunderstandings that may happen by the arrangement of the Lord, right? That we can learn from Lakshmana. Powerful determination and focus. Focus. I'm focused on doing what I'm supposed to do, what I came to the forest for. My mother told me, and I promise that I will do this. Where Rama goes, I will go. That's all. And I'll protect. I'll do what I say I'm supposed to do. This is an amazing thing we can learn from Lakshmana. In our devotional service, to be focused and determined. Come what may. I don't care. I am serving Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nobody can stand in between. Nothing else eventful also can stand in between. I'll continue to serve. This is very important to learn. So actually Ramachandra's pastimes are filled with instructions. All the characters are fixed on Rama. Completely attracted to Rama. So it's a life filled with personal relationships. Actually, that's what makes life worthwhile. You're doing something because of a relationship. Then you will see you'll like to do it. If you're doing something and you're forced to do it, you may not be interested in it. But I need to do it because I need the money, I need this, I need to tolerate this idiot who is my boss, I need to tolerate this team leader, I need to tolerate the situation and keep smiling. It's all for the sake of the money. It's all money. Money eva manishyanam karanam bandhamokshayo. You just do it for money. Give me a chance, if I get money, I'll chop your head and run away. You're a nobody in my life. Why? I'm not related to you. Cannot relate with you. But whomever I relate with, even if they don't give me money, I'll do for them. This is the nature of the soul. Out of relationship, I will do. So we are relating. This is to be understood. Vaishnava Seva is done because of relationship. Because it is mentioned Vaishnava Seva is there, if I do Vaishnava Seva, you'll say, I'm not liking it after some time. Because that Vaishnava is not telling me, thank you very much for doing this, for this. It's a relationship. When we are related, we automatically serve. We automatically serve. So Prabhupada said, if you love God, you will automatically serve. You don't have to be told to serve. You don't have to be told to serve. Because love of God is so powerful an emotion. It, surpasses every other emotion. And therefore I want to serve like Lakshmana. Even if Ramachandra says this to me, I will continue to serve him. I'll continue to serve him. So our relationship with Krishna is so deep that anybody says anything, we cannot give it up. We cannot stop our devotional service because, I was going for the temple and then the crow on the top passed stool on me, or it's very inauspicious. So I phoned up and said, today I'm not coming for cooking. Why? Crow passed stool on me. In fact, the crow controls my devotional service. Krishna arranged the crow passed stool on this person, that's all. It stopped your devotional service. Why? Crow passed stool. Crow is passing stool all the time. Any small reason that happens, he told like this about me. I am not coming to temple anymore. I am not doing any more devotional service. Is your devotional service to the Lord so cheap that it is under the control of a crow and somebody else and the few things that he says? How foolish can you be? How foolish can you be? The service of the supreme absolute truth is at the stake of a few materialistic people's opinions and their tongue. So easily it's controlled. This is the opposite you see. Even if Ramachandra says something, I will not stop my service to Ramachandra. Such a solid understanding of seva. Solid understanding of seva. This we can learn from Lakshmana. You see, and Bharata also. What is the meaning of that? Is why we serve. We are all sadhakas. We are not able to serve like this. We are not able to serve like this. Why? Why? Because there must be elements of this envy inside, stopping us from serving. It's a simple truth. The more you glorify Krishna, the more you serve him, even as a sadhana, the more you'll get purified. And the more you'll feel like serving with genuine feelings. So as a sadhaka, sometimes you're doing dutifully because it's work and I have to do. It has been entrusted to me as a matter of duty. Krishna was telling Arjuna, anyway as a matter of duty you must fight because you're a Kshatriya. He was not telling him bhakti and all that. He also told him that because I tell you, you must do. That also he said finally. He also told him, Yajñartat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. You have to do for yajño. Yajña vai Vishnuhu, you must also do. Then he also told him that if you do, you'll get the heavenly planet's destination. Then he also told him, you should do it anyway as a duty. You cannot be without doing. So many reasons he gave. One reason he gave is do it as duty. So many times we do devotional service as a duty because we are in the low level of, it's not so easy for us to do. But we must understand the value of devotional service. And we must go to the next level of not only dutifully doing, but cultivating a relationship. I don't have a relationship with Krishna, but I have a relationship with a Vaishnava. And because he says so, she says so, I must do. This is the beginning of relational work. I call it still work. Relational work. It will turn to be service. It will turn to be service. Similarly, even people who are charitably oriented, humanitarian, welfare and all that, they also do relational work. We must do something for human beings, for humanity. And they start. Krishna is saying, at least you do that. The Bhagavad Gita is saying, Pavanani Manishinam. It will purify you. If you at least stop doing for yourself alone and start doing for somebody else, even material things, it will purify you. Because this will lead to what? Serving me. Anya bilashita shunyam jnana karamadi anavratam anukulyena Krishna anusilanam bhakti ruttama. Anukulyena. favorably with a deep understanding of love and relation doing for Krishna, that is Uttama Bhakti. But we may not be able to do that. That's why we are sadhakas. And many times we have so many conditions. By reading all these services of all these great personalities, of course somebody will argue, but Maharaj, you just told no, they are Chaturvyuha expansions. Naturally they'll be like that. They are not to be compared with conditioned souls like us. True. Why do you think they're performing the Leela as conditioned souls? For you and me to understand. So don't give this logic of saying that God, no, he'll be like that only. It's very easy for him to serve. They're Chaturvyuha expansion, so what is wrong in them getting it right? No, that is not the meaning of it. Krishna is performing pastimes for you to see. So Prabhupada explains it is not that Ramachandra is bewildered because Sita is left and all that. He is Supreme Lord. He can just reach out and bring Sita. From where he is itself, with his own hands, he can bring Sita. He is playing a pastime. In that pastime, Bharata is acting like a conditioned soul, the son of Kaikai, and Lakshmana is acting like a brother, his sacrifice and all that. Why should they do that? Within that, these things are relevant. These things are very relevant because they are enacting it for you to learn this. And don't bypass it by saying that he is the Supreme Lord. The whole thing will be lost. So we should also use these examples to learn how to do seva. Then of course the great service of Bharata. Then Hanuman. And all of the relationships with Ramachandra. So beautiful. So much to be tasted. In relationship you can taste it. Most people, they read Ramayana and they hear the Ramayana, they were very emotional. Deep inside, they feel purified and nice and light. Wow, what a story. What beautiful relationships. Bharata, like I mentioned to you, he came all the way and Lakshmana, of course, mistook him. But Ramachandra knew exactly what Bharata is in his heart. They're all unique individuals. But he also knows Lakshmana is a great servant. Just temporarily he has got a wrong idea of his own brother called Bharata. And he said, no, Bharata is not like that. He may be born to Kaikai. But for him, I am a greater brother, more important than his own brother Shatrughna. Shatrughna and Kaikai born out of, and Shatrughna and Bharata born out of Kaikai. But Bharata has greater affection for Ramachandra, who's born out of Kaushalya, than he has for Shatrughna. This is, everybody knows it also. They know about it. So, here Bharata is coming with great feeling in his heart. Everybody is talking against him. On the way itself, people are talking against him. Great personalities are talking. Are you going to fight with Ramachandra? Why are you going to the forest like this with an army and everybody together? First person who told him this is the famous chief, tribal chief. What's his name? Let's see, Ramayana quiz, you know. Huh? Gohan. Yeah. Gohan, he understands that, oh, Lakshmana, Bharata has come. And first thing he thinks, why is he coming with such a big army and chariot and everything? He's going to fight a war with Ramachandra. I am very suspicious of him. So in the night, he will first be very nice and all that, hospitality and all that. And then he want to check. He put his spies to check. Find out why Bharata is going to the forest. Is he actually going to fight with Rama? Then here itself I will fight with him and finish him before he goes to the forest. That was Gohan's feeling. And then when he heard, this is what you're thinking about me? It's so sad he became. Everybody is thinking this about me. That I engineered this whole politics. But my mother did it. I don't know anything about it. And for me, Ramachandra is everything. But how to prove to all of you? Repeatedly he was put in that position. Then he goes to Bharadwaja Muni's ashram after this. Then Guhan becomes convinced. Lakshmana also talks to him and says, no, you don't know about him. Not Lakshmana, who's it? Along with him, there are other assistants. Lakshmana is in the forest. He tells him, no. Bharata is declared in the open Sabha. I don't want to be king. I will go to the forest and get Ramachandra and make him king. He declared openly, and everybody was, because all the ministers, everybody were thinking he is going to jump at the chance his mother has given him. Why not? Mother. Whatever the mother says only, the son will listen always. And that the wife also knows. Listening to this thing, the in-laws problems everywhere, So people thought he will listen and take the kingdom. What a chance. What an opportunity. Who will not? He must be a big fool if you don't take the kingdom. That's what people will think. But Bharata is thinking totally opposite. I don't want the kingdom. When Ramachandra is on this planet, I should not be ruling. It's my brother who deserves it. And I want to serve him. That is his lakshya. That is his great goal and principle in life. So, Bharadwaj Muni also will ask him, why have you come? Are you going to wage a war with Ramachandra? How can you say this to me? And he said, I am so much attacked by all these comments of all the people repeatedly. Are you going to do this? Are you against this? Are you going to use the kingdom? What an explanation I have to give to everybody. So he was torn repeatedly. But he knew that Ramachandra will understand and he will come back. But Ramachandra told him, I'm not coming, you go back. One after the other. He was very hopeful that all this will stop because Ramachandra will come back and everybody will understand me. But Ramachandra told him, no, I'm not coming. You go. So it's another burden. How will I go and rule? And people will keep on saying these things. Somewhere or the other people will say. Even if they are happy with me, sometime they will say this. You are one of the instruments for this. They'll say, because I am. My stupid mother did this. What can I do? Such an awkward, ugly situation. Still serving in that situation. Nobody recognizes your service. And he will do another great austerity of telling Ramachandra, okay, I will not rule. You will only rule. I know, if you are insistent on you not coming, I am also insistent. Step on these shoes. These shoes will rule. They will only rule. On their behalf, I will rule. I am also as much adamant as you that I will not rule. Only you will rule. In this way, they came to a win-win agreement that Ramachandra stepped on the shoes. And then he understood Bharata's heart. He is not going to rule. He will never sit on that seat. Because I understand him. So he did that for Bharata. Bharata carried the Paduka and came back. Installed the Paduka. Not only that, he said, I will not stay in Ayodhya also. Then only you will understand, I am not ruling. I will stay in Nandigram, so much away, far away. And that will be the Padukas. And I will not even sleep on the bed. And no palace required for me. He slept on the floor. Why? Ramachandra is sleeping on the floor in the forest. Why I will sleep on a cot? No. And he ate barley soaked in urine, cow's urine. Every day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. What? Barley soaked in cow's urine. How's life now? He imposed this austerity on himself. Sleep on the floor, eat only barley soaked in urine. I'll rule the kingdom without a title. Who will do ruling such a big responsibility without a title? He did that. Throughout. And he said, last day, he wrote in the calendar, this day if you don't come back, that's all. I'll commit suicide and I'll die. I'll not rule the kingdom, but don't think that if you don't come back, I'll rule the kingdom. No. This is the deadline for you. If you don't come back. And when Ramachandra returned on his Pushpaka Viman, he knew that this Bharata is like that, very committed. You didn't come, no? I'm dying. So he was already ready, doing Yanikani Chapapani around the pyre, waiting to jump inside. When Ramachandra knew about it and sent Hanuman immediately go to him and tell, I'm coming, I'm on my way. Tell him that, because the deadline is crossing. I'm sorry, konjam late aidide, because some other things all happened. Sita, Agni Pariksha, all these things I had to do, and some got delayed a little bit. So Hanuman went there and he said, who are you? Hanuman, who are you? Then Hanuman had to tell him everything, the whole story, and say, he's coming on his way to send me to stop you. Really? Ravana is killed. He heard everything. And then he waited. He was willing to wait. And the Lord came in the Pushpaka Viman, embraced Bharata and took him. So this happened. So these are great characters. Amazing characters. And there are people who live life like that also, in these principles and values. Then your human life is worthwhile. So this is the path of bhakti. In the path of bhakti, we just don't hear the story and say, Nalla kadai. Now let us go and have sense gratification. No, the story should affect me. And it affects me if I have heard it very carefully, attentively. Because these stories, they are not ordinary stories. They are stories of love of God. And it deeply, if you take it in very nicely in that particular mode, it will deeply affect you. And that is why the Lord is performing these pastimes. That is why He is performing these pastimes. Very sweet pastimes. So, we can go on and on, Ramachandra's pastimes. So many. In the evening I'll speak again about some of these pastimes. I think in the afternoon also there is a session. I'll stop here. Om Tat Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki, Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande.